Right, so for episode 3 this week, our guest is Arwyn Davies from Wales. So we're going to find out a wee bit about him today. So whereabouts in Wales are you from, Arwyn? Or?
A small village in Beneglws, just outside Corwin. Just a small village, quiet village really, so there's not many here, just a bit of a hill.
North or south? Or?
North Wales.
And what handlers up in the north then, that people would know?
You've got some of the best in the world around us. You've got your likes of Aled Owen. Derry Jenkins comes up and quite a lot. Dad, Alan Davies. There's a few. Gethin Jones, Glenn Jones, Alan Jones. You can name a few of them. There's a few good handlers up there.
No bar. And tell me this, before we're going any further, are you into anything outside dogs, or do you just stick at dogs, or what's the story?
I've just started a small pedigree flock of Limousin cattle. So, there's only a few of them, so I run a few of them. Got a few Beltex to use, do a few tups and a few lambs, and I used to play rugby, but did my knee in last 2 weeks, so I'm currently injured. Rugby, farming and dogs really is my main thing.
You could do with getting back from injury anyway. The way Wales are playing at the minute, they could be doing with you.
I don't think I'd do much difference to them. I think I'd do them worse.
Right, so tell me this, what age were you when you first started trialling, and how did you get into it?
Count. It must have been 15 years old, 14, 15 years age. Dad bought me old bitch from Skipton. She was 10-year-old from a woman that sold in Skipton, and Dad bought her off for me, and we hit off okay and got off from there.
And what was she doing? Just running opens, or did you go to the national or anything in the first year, or what way did that go?
No, we did a small local trials and a few local trials and a few novices, and didn't do many big trials because I was experienced. Did a few young handlers, North Wales young handlers. Just local and novice trials, just beginning trials really, just to get my foot in the door.
And was your feller, was he trialling already at this point, or did he only start whenever he bought you that bitch, or?
What, sorry?
Did your feller, was he already trialling, or did he only start whenever you started as well?
No, Dad was trialling. He started, I can't remember what year, and he stopped when he had us, me and my sister, and then he started up again, and we both travelled together, and he started off with a famous handler, just local, John Lightfoot.
Mm-hmm.
They both went trialling together, and then he carried on trialling and stopped trialling, and we both started together after.
No, fair enough. They at least one of you maybe come home with the prize list or something at the weekend. That'll be handy enough. But tell me this, how many times have you been in the team then?
I was in the team last year with Eglwys Izzy, and then I was in the team before with Peg, captain with Peg, and in the team with Floss, and twice with Floss, so 5 times in total.
So, and have you been in the Supreme many times at all, or?
Supreme, my first time in the team, with Floss in Stoneleigh. We qualified on 13th, I think we were 13th, 14th, or just about scraped in. Nice small good course just to start off with. Yeah, good sheep, good course. Yeah, so 5 times in the team and once in the Supreme final.
Fair enough. And what would you say then is your biggest achievement so far at the trial?
Well, winning the national is, for me, it's up there. But we've got a few local trials with us. I know the Vivard Sheepdog trials.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a big one up in North Wales here. Won that 5 times. And I won the Rate Hill trial this year with my young Izzy bitch. So, yeah. There's a few, but probably winning national it's up there.
At the top. No bother.
Yeah,
and then tell me this, what's your favourite open course then? You know, is there a couple of courses that you do like? Is it maybe them ones you just mentioned, or is there any particular thing you like? You know,
yeah, well, one I just mentioned, Vivard. It's not your straightforward trial. It's different, but it's all up in front of you. The Rate Hill trial, that's a tremendous trial. It's fair play. It's a good course. There's one down East Anglia, Hedingham Hall with Lucy. I think that's 800 yards. That's a tremendous course. Fair play to her. Yeah, there's a few good trials. Vivard, Davies, and probably Hedingham. The top 3 up there.
Yeah, no bar. And with regards to internationals, then, what courses would you say would have been up there for you? Like, what do you think's some of the top courses you've seen?
I would love to have a go at this year's international up in Lanark. For me, that would look the absolute outstanding course. My kind of course, and all in front of you. You could see all of it. Yeah. The one I was the captain up in, I remember where it was, 2019. That was a good course in Scotland as well. A hill. Yeah, a hill type of trial that was as well. I like these big hill trials. So you can see the dogs, see the sheep, everything. I'm not an over fan of these flat courses. Just I'm not good enough to be precise. Just these hill types I like anyway.
Fair enough. Tell me this then as well. What would you? You've had quite a few dogs, but what would be your best dog? Do you think? What one stands out?
I don't know. They're all different. The old Shan used to have my first dog. She taught me a lot. And then I had Moyle Floss, which she had her ways with sheep, heavy sheep, light sheep, any sheep. She could just get into sheep no matter what they were. This Cumval Gwen I've got now, she's probably up there with the best I've had. She's different. She's more full on. You've got to handle her more. She's quite tough. As Izzy, Egless Izzy, it's her first proper season opens, and she's done okay. But if I had to pick one, I would probably pick Cumval Gwen, probably.
Yeah. And what way is she bred, or?
She's a daughter of Ardwyn's Cap and a daughter of Floss, Keith Williams, Blaenau Festiniog, Cumval does quite a lot of young dogs and breeding dogs. I actually bought it off Keith when she was young. I saw a video on Facebook. I thought, oh, quite fancy that. So we went to see her, and yeah, came home with Cynmore Gwen.
And enough, worked out all right.
Yeah, no, she's a tremendous work dog, and that's the thing with these dogs. The work dogs, they have to do the work first.
Yeah.
And if they're good enough, then we'll give trialing a go. I can't keep a dog just for trialing.
Yeah.
They have to do work first, and then they have to do the trialing after with bonus.
Well, that leads me on to the next question then. You know, what way would you say, what sort of type of handling would you have? I'm assuming from what you're saying then it's more of a workman like rather than...
Yeah, it's more of a work dog I tend to look for. Not work dog, but something with a bit of guts and heart that wants to please you, wants to work for you. And when the going gets tough, you come to a gate in this hot summer, you've got 200 lambs. Something then that when I see, right, I've got a dog here, doesn't give up, it's blowing, doesn't give up at all, it's still trying to help you. These dogs that give up and have had enough and goes away, I might be too hard, but I can't be doing with them type of dogs.
You don't want somebody who's going to pack the bags halfway through a day's work, like.
No, I'd rather. I know I shout a lot at my dogs, but I'd rather shout to them than ask them to come on. Yeah.
I like to have something there.
Will stick to the job and get the job done.
Yeah. No bar. Well, tell me this then, whenever you're judging, I'm assuming you've judged a good time or two, but is there anything in particular you like to hit hard, or is there something you like to see done right that maybe isn't done right too often, you think? Or
I'm a big fan of these pear-shaped outrons. I like dogs going towards the sheep, going for work. These square, it's a safe route. But I do like dogs going towards sheep and going looking for sheep. But my biggest thing is probably driving. We don't actually see many dogs driving the sheep these days. It's more flank, stop, flank. There's probably only one person up in North Wales. Oh, actually, no, there's a few up in North Wales here. But Aled Owen, his dogs are tremendous at driving. He just gets in behind them and just tucks them in and goes. For me, driving is my biggest thing about trialing.
No bar. And is there any changes from when you first started? Was 2009? Did you say Stoneleigh? 2009 or so? Is that right?
Stoneleigh was. I can't remember what year it was. I was 17, so it'd be 14 years ago.
Aye. Well, have you noticed many changes in the dogs in them, say, 14 years? Do you think they're much different now than what they were then?
No, there's not much difference in them. I think people using the trial dogs are not the farm dogs these days. Like the old work dog, nobody tends to use him no more. But I can't see nothing serious change or difference in the trialing.
Yeah. No, fair enough. And is there any changes you would make to judging, or Is there anything that you think needs changed, or are you happy enough the way it is? Or
that's a tough question.
no, don't mention any names. Sorry.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't change a lot to us. No. The only thing I might change is with nationals and internationals is I find it too slow. If you're on a single, if you're at the end singling, and you've got that single, but by the time the judge has told the course director and course director has told you, the dog might have gripped or you might have lost that single. So I think like a green light or something. So if the judges are happy with a single, press a green light.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard I've heard somebody else mention that before too. Funny enough.
Yeah, so I just find that transaction a bit too slow. Yeah, that's my only thing really.
But good change. Funny enough, you're the third person I've been speaking to now, and all three have different ideas of what way they would change things.
Yeah.
So what's your method? Do you go through quite a few pups each year, or do you just have 3 or 4 and stick with them, or what way do you go?
I like to breed my own dogs. We brought Royal Floss in, we brought Cumber Gwen in. But the rest are mainly homebred. If we have a litter now off Cumber Gwen and Clwyd Bob, she had 5, didn't she? Dewies had the one as a stud fee, and then I've kept all the rest. So I'll keep them, play them for a while, get them started, see what takes my fancy and what sticks it with me, and yeah, we'll just dwindle them down slowly and see what we've got at the end.
And how do you start them, and when would you start them? Like you're saying, you sort of play about with them, but when would you really start getting at them?
Well, I've just been actually taking the pups out tonight for a run. I think they're about 5 months old. Yeah, nothing serious, just circling, trying to get them walk behind sheep. Yeah, circling both sides. But yeah, I'm the 10, 11 months old. Put some more pressure on and see how we get on with that then. Yeah, every dog's different, isn't it? But just play it by.
And before that, then would you have them out, say, around the yard? Having them like a real good recall, or stopping in the yard, just when you tell them, or are you not really that fussed until you get the sheep?
I never have a stop on my dogs. Yeah, just try and get them on leads and recall, and they know the name. I'm quite lucky. Grace does quite a bit with the pups for me, so yeah, she does all the hard work, and
you do the fun work then.
Yeah. I actually sent 1 or 2 away for train last year. Medwin Evans took one off me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he did a very, very good job for Pigeon. So yeah, she was Egless Izzy. She was too tough, and I could do nothing with her. And sent her away to Med, and yeah, Med got all squared up for me.
Good job. You'll be looking at a discount next time if he's listening to this.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well then, who would have taught you then? Like whenever you were starting out, who taught you or who would have been a big influence for you starting out?
The first bitch I had, Shan, she taught me more because she knew she was 12. No, she was 10, 11-year-old. So she knew the trial course back her hand. She taught me like the small moves she had to do in trials just for the gates and things. And yeah, she won 10, 15 opens with her previous handler, so she knew exactly what the drill was.
Yeah.
Dad taught me a lot. Yeah, we had a few falling outs, but yeah, he taught me a lot in the training field. And then in Stoneleigh International, Campbell told me to go and stand by the gate where people go in and watch all the best handlers. So I went through the catalogue and saw Aled, Ian Brownlee, Kevin Evans, Nigel Watkins. Yeah, so I actually stood by the gate and I watched every single run and how they ran their dogs and what moves they did and how they'd pen the sheep or how they shed the sheep and which way they single. And Aled in local trials, fair play to him. If I asked for any advice, he would give it straight up and straight, fair play to him. So yeah, I've had a lot of help on the way. Dad, the old bitch, few good handlers in Wales, few good handlers in local trials as well. So I've been quite lucky.
And now you're making the team regularly and stuff. Do you find that they're as keen to give you the information when you ask for it?
No, no. Every time I've asked Aled, fair play to him, he's told me the straight, and yeah. No, he always wants people to do well, I think. So yeah, every time if you ask him a question, he will give it to you. He might joke in a funny way and take you on a wild goose chase, but at the end, he will give you straight. Fair play.
Yeah. No, fair enough. So, what sort of three handlers would you say then would be, whenever you go to trials, that's the three you want to see? Like, who really stands out for you?
In Wales, is that Wales or UK?
No, an international, but it might just be three Welsh ones anyway that you're going to say.
Three would be, if they're all in the team, all in the Supreme, would be Aled, James McLaughlin, and Rob Ellis, probably.
For who was it, sorry? The signal sort of cut there. Who's the third one?
It'd be Robert Ellis.
Yeah, not fair enough. They three useful handlers. So that's the three handlers that you would be liking to see when you go. Is there three dogs or anything like that in your time that you've been, from you started going internationals, that you've really admired, like?
Yeah. I know I'm going again back to Ale, but Llangon Cap, he's the father of most of my bitches. Priscilla Key, she is special. And then probably Ian Brownley's Mo. Every time I saw her, she worked like a good bitch for a bit.
No doubt. And outside your own country then, so everybody sort of has well, ones I spoke to anyway, they always have a country they like to see do well if it isn't their own country. What country for you is that?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Sorry, Adam.
Aye, what country is it you'd like to see? So outside Wales, what country do you like to see do well?
I've got a lot of, well, hopefully, friends in England, Scotland, and Ireland. It's always nice to see Ireland getting on well. There's a lot of good handlers in Ireland. There's a lot of good handlers in England and Scotland. But probably Ireland, probably.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So you're starting off with a young dog there. You've started working away at it. How long would you roughly give it? Do you think, right, this is going to make the grade or it's not going to make the grade? Is there sort of like a time frame in your head you're thinking,
That's where I'm probably worse off. I get quite sentimental attached to them. So I'd probably keep them too long. If they don't, I've got two bitches here now. They're tremendous work bitches, but they're not good enough for trialing, unfortunately. And there's a few handlers up North Wales say, "Why don't you sell them?" I said, I can't afford to sell them because they do my work for me. They move mobs of sheep, lambing time. So just because they don't do the trialing, they still have to do the grade for work. But going back to your question, it's, I think 12 months. If I don't like the pup, 12 months old, 13-month-old.
Yeah. They go on a one-way packet then.
Yeah. Tend to find some homes from working or different handler to me, a beginner maybe, or just trying to suit the dog to the handler really.
Yeah, and then you're saying that you do a lot of like a big emphasis really on a work dog rather than a trial dog as such. So whenever you have that young dog there, are you out training on 4 and 5 sheep, or are you just doing a lot of flock work and then gradually, as he gets older, sort of breaking it down again into the smaller numbers?
Well, I've got a red bitch here now. She is 2.5-year-old. She's a different type to what I've had before. She needs training and not flock work at the moment. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to keep her on 4, 5, 6 sheep just to keep her, keep the screws tight and under. Yeah. But the rest, mob work. I work for a local farmer, estate actually, down the road. And they run mobs of 700, 800, 900 sheep. So they have to do the work there first. As soon as they're trained or 3/4 trained, and I think they're good enough to go to work, we'll take them to work and just gradually go on from there.
Yeah, stuck at them. They and do you find then that say maybe like the month before the national, will you lay off your couple of national dogs from that mob work, or do you keep the difference?
I usually take the 2 bitches I run at national. I take them for a run up the mountain every night on the quad bike. But I usually take them off work 10 days, 2 weeks before national, just to keep them schooled, and then I take them to the training field just to keep their flanks correct and stop and the shedding. Just to give them a rest off the mob work as well.
Yeah. Make sure they're not eating the sheep come the national.
Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. And then you've noticed there, like a lot of the ones you've mentioned, they're all bitches. Do you not keep dogs at all, or is it just so happened bitches have worked out for you, or what way?
Yeah, I've never, for some reason, I've never gone with dogs. I had a good dog 10 years ago, maybe. Moss, it's called. I took him to the first nursery, and we were quite lucky. We won the nursery, but we didn't click at all. I couldn't take to him. So bitches ever since, and I'm hoping this next nursery I might have a dog, but we will see how that gets on. We might fall out, but at the moment I'm hoping I'll have a dog next year. So we'll see. Time will tell.
Up till now, have you just not say kept dog pups, for example, or is it just you've worked at them and you haven't clicked and that's just been it? Like, have you actively seek just to have bitches rather than dogs?
No, I've just kept bitches as well. Every litter we've had, I've had the bitches and Dad's taken the dogs. I like bitches, and I think they're closer to you. I'm quite I like a dog jumping on me and giving it fuss, and I think bitches are more with you.
Yeah, the loyalty sort of thing. No, fair enough. They and in the nurseries, then you have what? There's two sections, isn't there? There's the north and the south, or
our nurseries are North Wales and South Wales.
And regards to numbers, what way would they be? Is there one side will be bigger than the other, or are they both pretty even? Number ways.
We do it different. Up in North Wales, we've got trials, 5 qualifying trials all over North Wales. But you go into South Wales, it's more like counties, so Brecon and different counties. So they might have 15, 20 dogs in each county. I think this year we've got 26 or 27 dogs qualified for our final.
Yeah.
So we'll end up with the same amount of dogs in both finals, but I think they might have more dogs in each county than us.
So they'll filter through them to get to their final as such, whereas your dogs just make the final, and then that's when the.
Yeah, well, we have, I think it's seven trials, 10 nurse trials, and top 4 from each trial qualify.
Yeah.
Our first nursery was August the 20th, somewhere there.
Jeez.
And they'll run on until 5th of November. So 7 trials from there to November. I think South Wales start last weekend or this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll go all the way through to the South Wales final after, which is end of November.
And then the All Wales will be what, December, I take it?
All Wales is 12th of December, somewhere there, 12th, 20th. Around that. Yeah.
Do you find that the dogs in the south, because they're running closer to the final date, do you find each year are they more likely to, do they do better? Do they whenever they're running closer to that final date? You're read up a lot earlier in the north.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't particularly like about our North Wales nursery. We start very early. Well, for me, we're still training our national dogs, bitches. So the last thing I would be thinking about is the nursery dogs, really. So, yeah, they do. I think their dogs are more on the game, more fitter going to the final than I would, because I always have a 3-week gap.
I have before. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
strange
so
too. It's strange that you start in August, like over here, like the nurseries is like it's just seen as like a winter thing. Like it's not like there's no nurseries at all until October, and then run through to maybe the middle of February or something like that.
yeah. I think it's the sheep side for us. It's hard to get sheep for these trials. Yeah, there's a lot of sheep being tupped and either gone back to the hills or yeah, and it's just hard to find sheep at that time of year.
Yeah. Well, then in August, there you're saying about obviously your first nurseries. Would that be running ewes then, as opposed to lambs?
Yeah, it'd be in ewes. It's mainly mixed in with, I think, mixed in with the open trial.
Yeah.
So the nursery would be in the morning, and then open after.
Oh, fair enough. They because I've always heard people saying before, like obviously your nurseries is your least experienced dogs, but they're always running on lambs, which is the bloody hardest of all. So at least you're getting half a chance then whenever you're running on sheep, on ewes as opposed to lambs.
Yeah. That's probably one plus side, and we do run on good sheep. So they're not chasing lambs, they're not chasing hogs. We're having good sheep to run on. So yeah, they got good experience like that.
Right. And you have good sheep in Wales because from what I heard, they're stone mad all the time. They're flighty. I didn't know there's such a thing as good sheep in Wales.
It depends where you go. Most sheep in North Wales, they're not too bad. Yeah, you have to be careful with them, but yeah, no, they're manageable. They're decent.
And what breeds would you find like you work with really in Wales? Is there like pretty much all Welsh Mountains, or what way is there a range?
Well, in my area, out Denbighshire area, you've got your Texel crosses and your mules. Suffolk crosses maybe the odd one. You go to Anglesey after, you have your big Suffolk mules, your big mules, and then the rest of it will be Welsh mountain sheep.
And they're the flighty ones to take it. Like your Texels and mules aren't going to be any more flighty than what they are anywhere else, surely. But it'll be the Welsh Mountains that are the wild ones to take it.
Yeah, but like you got your good Welsh mountain, like your Glyn Jones and Gethin Jones, Elgan Jones, Cumagay Welsh, your Alan Slatton Welsh sheep, your Devater Welsh sheep. I know they're Welsh sheep, but they are good Welsh sheep to work on. So
they'll be well dogged too. Like they'll know what a dog is, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Fair enough. And do you ever get any blackface? It's not something I ever really see in Wales. Is there any blackface at all, or swales, or anything like that, really? Or
no, there's nothing. No, the first blackies I ran on was in Ireland in the World Trial last year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It'd be a shock to the system then whenever you go up to Scotland or Ireland or.
Yeah, people say that it's the horns. They bash the horns together, and dogs don't like it. But it's more of the sharpness I couldn't handle in Ireland.
Yeah, I know the blackies or something else. I seen Kevin McCulloch. I think some of them were McCulloch sheep that were being ran on. He bought a ram there recently at the blackie sales in the south of Ireland, but he put a video up on Facebook, and the Blackie lamb was pretty much climbing a brick wall, a stone wall, like. So I can imagine the daughters of that lamb aren't going to be too quiet.
Yeah.
But even the Blackies, like, it wouldn't be common for us in Ireland either. Like, it's if you go to County Down, the likes of McCulloch's or whatever there, like, you'll get Blackies obviously with them, but really we wouldn't be in Blackies that often in Ireland, apart from like nationals or something like that, you know. Even for us, they're not that common. You know,
no.
a lot of it up here be mules and sort of Texel cross and maybe Suffolk cross, but Blackies is a rarity. So whenever you're going to national, it's they can do anything, the Blackies. That's the problem.
Yeah. But they are good sheep as well, now, so just a bit touchy.
Yeah. No, fair enough. So whenever you're using for your training sheep, say with them young dogs, then what way do you try and get them on to the inflated ear sheep early on, or do you just stick with your, you know, sort of your quiet ones to get a real good basis on them, or do you like to sort of push them on?
We've got 3 Herdwicks here for trained youngsters. They're quite good. They stay on your feet. And then we've got 4 or 5 Hebrideans. They're good for going to the next stage.
Yeah.
And then we tend to run them. Well, we've got a few Texel crosses and Beltex crosses. Run them on them, and if you want some bit more touchy, we've got 5 or 6 Hebrideans in another field, and they are absolutely crackers. So if they can handle them, they can handle, hopefully handle.
Go to any trial you want, then, if they're handling them.
Yeah, well, they do tend to run from one corner to the other corner, but we mainly Herdwicks and youngsters, and a few quiet Hebrideans, and Texel crosses on the as a training going on.
It's good to have that mix too, I find, anyway, because like you can have a lot of dogs that they're just used to working on them certain sheep that you have, like, and then obviously, for example, if you're working on heavy sheep like your Texels or whatever, and then they go to Blackies, it's a completely different. It's not even the same thing, like, you know. So it's good to have that bit of variety with your sheep at home, that the dogs have experience of, right, stay back, push on, whatever it may be.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. They learn to work different sheep, don't they? So
it brings a natural sort of work out of them. Then they no bother. Well, we were mentioning there at the start as well. When we first started, you had the pedigree Limousin and your Beltex. Where do you go with your Limousin? Do you sell from home, or is there certain sales there in Wales that you would attend?
Last year was my first. With the Limousin, last year was the first year I sold some bulls. Had 2 young bulls going to the local market, Rithin. I've only got five cows, so just slowly getting there. Took the 2 young bulls to Rithin, and one made 4,500 and the other made 3,008. So for the 2 first bulls, I was quite chuffed.
Yeah.
But and the year after, I had heifers, so I've got nothing to sell. Just keep stock. And this year I've got an okay young bull. So fingers crossed.
Forward.
You'll keep coming forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're saying there you only have 5. You know, you only really need. You're better having 5 good ones as 15 middling ones, like, aren't you? Like, it's you know, them 5 good ones they'll do a lot more for you than 15 average ones. Like, that's the pedigree. I find you're better having small numbers and keep them right, as opposed to some people get caught up in numbers and then don't really don't do too much with the numbers.
No.
Have you any appertain breeds, man? He'd be quite a big breeder for the Limmies. He's about 3-4 miles from me, Aberdeen.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Have you any of that breeding? Have you or?
No. I've got a lot of Ganedd breeding, Derogoid, and there's a local breeder to us, Matthew Hot Dogs, does quite a lot of shearing. I bought a heifer off him quite recently, so yeah. So,
And is the Welsh Limmies any different? Would they be different then, maybe say, than what we would have in Ireland, or maybe up in Scotland or whatever? Are they? Do you look for a different sort of Limmy, maybe?
I tend to go for a bit of smaller cow. Yeah, not serious shape. I don't want this massive shape, just a nice, tidy shape. Not a massive cow because she takes a lot of feed into her. So your average medium sized cow with a, but I try to look for a lot of milk if I can. It's a job to find a cow with milk these days. Yeah, that's probably my main one, is try and get a cow with milk.
Aye, AIN and embryo. I don't think, well, on the sheep side anyway, it hasn't helped with that. Like, it's somebody just has the nicest looking ewe, for example, but as you say, no milking ability, or maybe prone to having singles naturally or whatever. Like, and just because she's a pink, everybody's just blushing, and it doesn't really help with the maternal traits.
No, but yeah, I might have to go down that route one day.
Aye. And then you're saying about your Beltex too. What like, do you run any pedigree sales with them, or is it just for your own to keep at home, or what way do you work?
It started off with just 2 or 3, maybe 5 sheep, but I've got more and more into it. I've been quite lucky. Dad's let me have a few more. So I think I've got 63 or 4 now. Yeah,
Beltex?
the main reasons. Yeah. Well, no, not all pure. So my chalets as well. I've still got a few chalets kicking about. Yeah, the main reason is to get tups for ourselves, for our commercial. And then I think I sold 15 tups this year. Yeah, some to the south of England, but mostly just local farmers around us, mostly.
Yeah. Do you put pretty much Beltex to everything, like Beltex and Charlies, or would you use Texels or Suffolks at all in your, like, what is your commercial flock? Like, what sort of ewes are you working with?
Our commercial flock are mainly chalet crosses. Yeah, we've got a bit of all sorts. There's a few Texels, a few Suffolks, but we've started putting blue faces on the ewe lambs to get easy lambing.
Yeah,
and we keep their daughters after for replacements. The Beltex, the pure Beltex, the best ewes have a Beltex tup, and the smaller, stumpy ones have a chalet to get a bit of size.
Yeah.
So sell the odd chalet Beltex tup and the odd pure Beltex tup. But
and the sturdy Beltex are quite easy. So
yeah. No, most of our commercial tups are chalet Beltexes now. So yeah, you're quite lucky. You get some shape and skin and the carcass as well. For our local market, the carcass and the shape sell.
Yeah. So from what you're saying there, your Beltex and Charlies, like, you're finishing all your lambs pretty much then. Like, it's not really the store job you're after. You're looking at a butcher lamb.
Yeah, finish mainly everything. There's a few going stores, but they're more your lanky, muley type that's taken after the mother. But yeah, we try and sell everything on the fat if we can.
Yeah. And you're saying about you have Leicesters there too, or using a Leicester. Is that the traditional or the crosser?
The traditional, yeah.
Just if you're looking at crosser, I can sort you out. I can. The traditionals were sort of like they were almost, well, over here anyway, they were almost like pretty much extinct. Like there were very little traditionals here, like, and then this last few years, people are now crossing them with the Cheviot, and you notice them. They're starting to come up a wee bit now, but I can't see them making a comeback here. But they're just a bit more popular than they were.
No, but they're easy lambing for what we want. So they do the job fair play.
Yeah, funny. There was a fella had bought a couple of Leicester females off me today there, like, and he had Suffolks and he had Beltex, like, and he was wondering, is there any bull or lamb in these, like, and I was like, you're not working with Beltex and Suffolks now, like, these they split the Leicesters out, like, they don't look very much when they're born. They don't look very much when they're older either, but they're easy lamb, like, that's, as you say, that's the plus with them for the young lambs, like.
Yeah. No, fair play. They do spit them out, so that's how we use them.
So, when do you use lamb then, or what sort of time of year?
We lamb the old ewes, bunch ewes, end of January, beginning of Feb. There's not many of them. 60, I think, 60, 70 of them.
Yeah.
In January, Feb. But the main batch are 1st of March. And ewe lambs and yearlings after will be 1st of April.
And do you lamb all indoors, or what way?
We start to lamb the singles outside because we haven't got enough room, unfortunately. But as the shed empties, the singles do come in to lamb. So try and lamb mostly everything in if we can.
Yeah. Then Beltex outdoors, like, if you've a wee bit of covering on them with wool, like, they're lively wee Brits. Like, once they hit the ground, they're up and going. So, like, the Beltex that outdoors, like, there's no bother with them, like, really.
No, fair play. They are. Yeah, I know they've got no wool at all on them, but they're lively little things. They do get up and they do want to live.
I couldn't believe it whenever I first had them. Like, they, like, genuinely, as soon as they hit the ground, they're like trying to get up. Like, they're lively wee Brits, like. But no, that's I think that's pretty much all the questions I have. Is there anything you think you'd like to add yourself, or are you happy?
No, I think I'm quite happy. I think no, that's it. Yeah,
You're content with that. No bother or not. It's funny, like, it's with England so far, Scotland, Wales, but, like, I know they're all about dogs, but they're all bloody different. Like, there's nothing yet that I was just thinking about that there halfway through the conversation. Like, they're not all three conversations, even though it's about the same thing. They've all been bloody different. Like, so it's funny how it works out that way. Like, but I'll tell you the same as I tell all the other ones. I'm not 100% on how to work this all yet. So whenever I stop recording here, don't hit leave. In case I'd rather not have to do this a second time over again. Like, so I don't hit any buttons here. But anyway, thank you for everybody that's listening in. Thank you, Arwyn, for your time as well. All right.
No, thank you much. Cheers. Thank you.